Amy from blogbossingwife.com, and today I want to share with you some really exciting news. We bought a farmhouse with almost 4 acres. This is actually way more than we ever thought we were going to buy or even able to buy, but thankfully God lined it out so perfectly that we were able to purchase this amazing property. And today I want to give you a little bit of a tour of the outside. So most of this footage was actually shot probably almost 2 months ago. We've been a little busy. Things have changed a little bit. We've gotten a lot of housework done, and so hopefully I'll be able to show the inside tour on my channel soon. Really, we still haven't gotten totally unpacked and in our space as we should. So we are still working on that. It is a lot more than I anticipated. So join me today as I show you around our little farmhouse and kind of our plans and dreams with this space. We have a lot going on, a lot that we're thinking about doing, but we also got goats already. And we just have so many plans and dreams, and it has just been amazing to watch and see how it's kind of all unraveled. Thank you so much for joining me today. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. There'll be a lot more farmhouse and homesteading content on my channel now that we can do it. I'm so excited to be actually grow stuff. That was one of the biggest problems with our house in town. One of my most popular videos on my YouTube channel is how to homestead without a lot of land. And while I totally believe that you totally can do that, we just dreamed of being able to do a little bit more. And in our house in town, we just couldn't. There was no space to grow anything. And so we could have our chickens. We could have had a goats too. Now we have the opportunity to grow more stuff, grow more food. And yeah, so I hope you enjoy this tour. I feel like a lot of times whenever we were looking for stuff, it was always really on a busy street and just wasn't really ideal. So thankfully we found something that is not like that. The only problem is this land has been severely neglected for many, many years. I think the people that were selling it inherited it from their grandparents, and it has just been kind of neglected and overgrown. So that is gonna be our big project. Luckily, most of the inside they touched, they made it manageable. So really most of our working on stuff will be more towards the outdoors rather than the indoors, but there's still a lot. All right, so this is kind of our front area. We have a nice shed and a barn. The barn is actually rotting and will need to be torn down at some point. It's on the list. And then this is kind of like our front pasture. I'm not positive how big it is. I'm gonna go with about an acre because it's like the size of a football field. And then over here, eventually we'll hopefully put in some fencing. This is the garden area, and it is, hopefully we're gonna be rebuilding it this year sometime. It needs all new fencing. All the garden boxes are bad. They're all kind of rotting, but it's here. I love the space. I think I'm just gonna keep it at the exact same footprint that it already is, just because it is already really big enough. I think if we want to expand it at some point, we can. Back there is, I'm not really sure. I think it might have been some type of chicken coop at some point. There's water feeders like it's a chicken coop, but we have another chicken coop, so I'm not really sure. Already have rosemary. One really cool thing about this place is it already is pretty established when it comes to fruit trees and that kind of stuff. There's a lot of blackberries, which I feel like it's the state weed here. And so we're gonna be cutting blackberries for a very, very long time. Because although we love them, there's just too many. So yeah, I'm thinking maybe we'll turn this back into like a garden shed or something like that. Through here, there is lots of grapes, lots of overgrown grapes. We have lots of blackberries as well. And then this is really the orchard, but honestly, this is where all the animals hang out. And we have tons of deer. There's a family of deer, I believe, that live back here. And because we see them camping out in our yard in that pasture. But there are 2 Asian pear trees, a couple Bartlett pear trees, lots of apples, and a couple plum trees. And then I think there are also cherries, but it's a little bit hard to tell at this point because it was already past cherry season whenever we were looking at the property. Is it good? It is. And then we got the chicken coop. Thankfully, when we sold our house, the people asked for our chicken coop, which is fantastic because that thing was a heart to move, and we had to take apart the fence to move it to even get in there. So this house already came with a chicken coop, and then we're going to be expanding the area where they can run because right now they don't have very much room, and they're not very happy with me. Not only did the 4 acres, you know, kind of sell us, almost 4 acres, my husband actually thought that was way too much and too much work. This is what really sold us, was the backyard. It is so magical and beautiful. Like, I can't even get over it. And it just feels like such a blessing that we do not deserve. Never in my wildest dreams did I think that we'd have our own creek. Like, this is much. And a little bridge. And then we have a back pasture back here. Leaves. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed our little tour of our new farm. We're so excited to get our hands on it and working, and maybe unpack one day. We have a lot to do on the inside and the outside, and we are just thrilled and just feel so blessed that we are able to do it, and that God gave us this amazing place to bring people and to just love on people, share Jesus. It's amazing. So thanks for stopping by our farmhouse.